My name is Blair Williams, and I chose to do research about pedestrian safety and motorist compliance due to my observations of lack of counter control regarding the high speeds of motorists at crosswalks on SIU campus and throughout the Carbondale community. My goal is to combine the University Police Department with the Carbondale Police Department to ensure safety for all. Empirical evidence has shown that with combining the agenda of these two community authorities as one, progress can be achieved through cooperative efforts. As you can see from the stats provided, pedestrian safety is a true concern across North America. Efforts to curb this danger are being explored in various ways, making pedestrian safety a socially significant issue in communities across the world. In Thomas E. Boyce and Scotty Geller's 2000 article titled A Community-Wide Intervention to Improve Pedestrian Safety, Guidelines for Institutionalizing Wide-Scale Behavioral Change, they discussed a program called Safety Star Promise. STAR standing for See, Think, Act, Reward. The idea was use what they call promise cards in the community of Blacksburg, Virginia at Virginia Tech University. On top of these promise cards, they did trifold brochures, buttons and t-shirts, posters, and prizes. The idea was to get the community to increase yielding to pedestrians in crosswalks and making it fun to walk around on a safe campus. This intervention program was successful in improving adherence to pedestrian usage of crosswalks and drivers yielding to pedestrians within crosswalks. In the article, The Effects of Advanced Stop Lines and Sign Prompts on Pedestrian Safety in a Crosswalk on Multi-Lane Highway by Ron Van Houten, 1998, the author discussed the use of prompts and their effectiveness in encouraging motorists to yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk on a multi-lane highway. The results showed that the inexpensive prompting intervention was effective in reducing issues between motorists and pedestrians. In the article, Increasing Driver Yielding and Pedestrian Signaling with Prompting, Feedback, and Enforcement, by Ron Van Houten, Louis Malenfant, and Amos Rollader, 1985, intervention packages were discussed, which dealt with posted feedback, warning enforcement, and posted signs to prompt pedestrians and motorists of intention to cross in crosswalks. The results showed that increased signaling by pedestrians led to both increases in the motorist behavior of yielding to pedestrians and reinforced pedestrians' behavior to perform such signaling behaviors. Pedestrians always have the right-of-way, according to rule-governed behavior. Much of the control exerted by organizations' culture is through rule-governed behavior. Mallet, 1992. Another article, Effects of a Driver Enforcement Program on Yielding to Pedestrians, by Ron Van Houten and Louis Malenfant, 2004. This article discussed a program for the community called Courtesy Promotes Safety, while yielding behavior caused by enforcement and uncontrolled crosswalks that generalized to ignored crosswalks controlled by traffic signals. The results showed that where enforcement was implemented, increases in the yielding pedestrian safety was sustained and enforcement was reduced. This generalized to different sites that were not being enforced with regards to the courtesy of the yielding to pedestrians. The next article, High Visibility Enforcement on Driver Compliance with Pedestrian Right-of-Way Laws, by Van Houten et al., 2013, which was administered by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. NHTSA discusses how the city of Gainesville, Florida, home of the University of Florida, did a massive study of site selections at crosswalks around the university campus in the city of Gainesville. Their goal was to educate publicly by public outreach, schools, UF students and staff, Gainesville residents and drivers, feedback signs, media outreach, kickoff events, TV stations, newspapers, and radio stations. They also enforced compliance with warnings, tickets, and sandwich board signs, as well as advanced stop lines, in-street fine signs, and in-street yield signs. The idea was to get the entire community involved in improving pedestrian safety, which led to the decrease in traffic accidents. The results showed that because the community came together, there was a significant decrease in traffic accidents, injuries, and fatalities, while increasing pedestrian safety and a safe community. The reward for the entire community was the safety of not only pedestrians, but also drivers. The purpose of this article is to increase pedestrian safety at SIUC and Carbondale community crosswalks. This can be done by implementing shared initiatives that increase enforcement, known as HVE, reprimands, and punitive fines, specific prompting, feedback, and possible reward system that can be used throughout the community. I have 15 references for your convenience.